Hello guys, so I have a question for you. What is it with us? I'm going to speak in terms of Ghana because that is where I am. I don't want to generalize Africa, but what is it with us and information and transparency? Most poultry farmers that I know are very less transparent. If you ask any question about feeding, about costs, they are very close and don't want to share any information. I wonder why. Think about that as I bring you an episode on the costs involved in rearing chicken for the first 3 months, which is our 12 weeks. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. When you see me sitting in the chair, then it means we are about to do some calculations. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready to get an estimate of rearing chicks, 2,000 chicks for 12 weeks. So I know I gave you an episode on rearing chicks, 2,000 chicks for the first 1 month, which is 4 weeks. Today I want to extend it to 12 weeks. Please bear with me since we are doing an extension at our chicken pen. We are building a new 4 sets for 4,000 capacity, and therefore the carpenters are now, I think, roofing. So please bear with me if there is noise coming in at the background. Remember the question I asked you. It is something that we all need to advise ourselves on, because I can't wrap my mind over it. Why people doesn't want to share information, especially when it comes to poultry farm. And I think we all have our reasons. Please share with me why you think so, to better understand it in the comments below. Why do you think people doesn't want to share their mortality rate, their profit margin, the cost involved? I mean, when I think about it, like, don't we feel sorry that we are still importing chicks? If you're a poultry farmer, you're always complaining that why is the government still importing, meats from Europe and from China? But if this information is there, because you're not willing to help a brother be able to know what it takes to enter into a poultry farm, because you're not sharing your experience. I know people that have been in poultry farm for over 30 years. Can you imagine the knowledge they have in case they're able to share this knowledge? And other people that are just starting poultry farm, the benefits, and that is how we can grow. When I travel to the US to look at cattle ranches, sometimes my tour guys are 6th generation of the owners. Their great grandfathers started this and have been passing information over and over to them. And now they are benefiting from all that knowledge. So where is the knowledge that you have built for over 30 years? So I don't understand. If we want to grow, if I'm able to share the knowledge and experience, and somebody sitting in the UK who is thinking about starting a poultry farm can anticipate and estimate and have a clear picture of what he's about to go into and plan better and succeed, he's definitely coming to contribute to the business so that we can together feed the nation. So please, if you're a poultry farmer, over this couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking about this information sharing, because we need to share it. We are not writing it online for people to get access to. We are not broadcasting it like I'm doing. And if people do come to our farm, we are so stingy and don't want to even give out. I don't understand why. So please write in the comment below, why do you think most poultry farmers especially doesn't want to share? I understand the security and health reason of not letting people get closer to their chicks, but information, guys, let's share it out so that people doesn't have to repeat the same mistakes that we are doing. We have started this like just about 3 months ago, and we're doing very well because we did a lot of research, because we did a lot of practices, and the percentage of chickens that we've lost is not even up to 1%, which is massive. I know people who have done poultry farming for years and they are still losing about 20% of their chicks, right? And that's why I'm committed to sharing all the details and our practices with you. You can see I'm very serious on this, but that is just by the way. Let's go to the main topic. So if you haven't had the opportunity, and this is your first time, and you haven't watched our video on the first month, 4 weeks into poultry farm, please click on the more information below and go in, watch that, so that this one can be more useful to you. This is just to give you an idea before you go into your poultry farm. So I also want to, even though you're going to watch it, I just want to give you a recap of some changes from first 4 weeks till 3 weeks, right? So poultry farm, majority of your costs will go into feeding, and there is a big change from the first 4 weeks till the following months ahead of you. And what is that change? That change is their feed. So if you can remember from the first video, the first 4 weeks, some people even do it 3 weeks, 2 weeks, but we intended to do it for the first 4 weeks. The first 4 weeks, we were giving them a food known as goodies. So these goodies, we have small and we have big. If you go to any shop that sells poultry products, you can ask of goodies. They have big and small. So we start with them with a small for the first 2 weeks, and then we move back to the big one in the next 2 weeks. So first 2 weeks small goodies, second 2 weeks big goodies, and then we did a little bit of maize added to it, right? After that 4 weeks, we didn't buy that store food. That food is a stored food packaged. We didn't buy any of them. We moved straight away into having the wheat brown, having the maize, having all the things that we need to prepare our own food, right? So that is a very big shift, and I'm going to take you through that. The first month, as you all know, we were doing the kujis, and we spent about 2,400 Ghana cedis on food. That is buying the store food plus just 4 bags of maize. That is what we used for the first month. So as I said, the first 4 weeks were 3 components of feeding: 4 bags of maize, small kujis, big kujis. This was the only thing we were feeding them. After 4 weeks, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 12 weeks, which we are in now, we moved from these 3 components to another 4 components, which is maize, soya beans, jubilee, and wheat brown. So this 4 component is what your cost is going to be involved. I repeat again: soya beans, wheat brown, jubilee, and maize, right? So this is what your feeding cost is going to entail. In terms of vaccination and medication, your veterinary doctor will tell you at which stage to use what and so on, but I'll still give you the cost of it. So now I'm going to give you the cost of the 3 months of being into poultry farm, right? So in the 3 months, remember, in the first week, 4 weeks, which is 1 month, they were eating 4 bags of maize. In the second month, they were actually eating 12 bags of maize. In their third month, they went to 15 bags. So you could see from 4 in the first month. In the second month, they went to 12. And in the third month, which is their 12 weeks, they went to 15 bags of maize, right? So that's maize. When you come to soya beans, they actually move from 12 in their second month to 18. So we bought 18 bags of soya beans, and soya beans is quite expensive in Ghana, right? So I just want to give you this sort of track, and then from there I'll give you the cost involved. So they moved from first month, no wheat brown, no soya beans. Second month, 15 wheat brown, 18 soya beans. right? And now in their third month, they're doing 4 bags of Jubilee. So in this third month, which is their 12 weeks, they're doing 15 bags of maize, they're doing 18 bags of wheat brown, they're doing 4 bags of Jubilee, and they're doing 15 bags of soya beans, right? I'm just going to repeat this again. I know with numbers sometimes I also get confusing, but take this. In their third month, which is 12 weeks, they are actually feeding on 15 bags of maize, 18 bags of wheat brown, 4 bags of Jubilee, and 15 bags of soya beans. This is what they are consuming in their 12 weeks, which is the third month that these chickens have been here at Sementia Farms. So let's go into the numbers. In case that, let's say, you didn't grow your own corn and you're buying from the market at this time that we are recording, and which is in September, right? Mid of September. So maize is still 200 Ghana cedis. You don't want to give them the recent harvested maize because they are too fresh for them. So you're still buying the maize that was harvested somewhere in April, June, right? Which is the dry month. In my area here, the price is still 200 cedis. I don't know where you are, but if you're doing that and you're using 15 bags of maize times 200, then you're looking at 3,000 cedis only on maize, right? Wheat brown, my area here, we sell wheat brown for 24 cedis, and we're using 18 bags of wheat brown, so we're looking at 432 Ghana cedis, right? And then if we come to Jubilee, we are using 4 bags, as I said, in our third month, and 1 bag is 240. So with that, we are using 960 Ghana cedis, right? And then we go to soya beans. We are using 15 bags of soya beans, and with soya beans, it's 155 here at my area, right? As I said, I don't know where you are, and I don't know what the prices are, but it should be very similar. And that we are getting 2,325 Ghana cedis on soya beans, right? So the total on feeding is 6,717 Ghana cedis. 6,717 Ghana cedis only on feeding in your third month. With that in mind, I want to give you a comparison of feeding alone for the first month, the second month, and the third month. Just like I give you for the different components like maize, the Jubilee, the wheat brown. So for the first month, as I said, they were feeding on kujis, both small and big, and then maize, just these 3 components. And that we spent 2,400 Ghana cedis on food only. In their second month, they were feeding, they moved from the store food to the processed food, which they started eating maize, wheat brown, Jubilee, and soya beans. And that they were spending less in terms of the quantity, and we spent 5,190 on their feeding alone. Third month, as I said, now they are spending 6,717. You could see a big jump from the first month to the second month, and then slight different, maybe about 1,000 cedis and over from the second month to the third month. So now we are in our 12 weeks. I have heard that once they start laying eggs, they are going to be eating more. We are yet to see. I don't want to bring you data that I haven't experienced and done myself here, because I know there's a lot of information out there. This is not your only one stop, but I'm sharing with you what I have done and what the cost is for me. If you want to follow the same trend, that's fine. If you want to learn from different places and combine it, that is excellent. Whatever works for you. But I'm committed to sharing this information, so somebody who has no resources, no knowledge, at least have a base to start with, right? So this is the cost involved in feeding alone. Now let's go to medication. I'm not going to break down all the medications, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a total estimate on what we did for medication. In the third month, we actually did 2,510 for medication. Let's go to the second month and see what we did. So in the second month, we actually did 1,730 Ghana cedis for medication. Let's look at our first week, what we did on medication. We did 2,120. So that means that when they came new as day old chick, we spent more on medication to get them to where they are. Let's check vaccinations. So vaccinations in their third month, which is their 12 weeks, we are spending about 280 cedis on vaccinations. Let's go back to the second month, what we were spending on vaccination. We actually spent more. We spent 370 Ghana cedis on vaccinations. Let's go to the first month and take a look. The first month we actually spent more. So it seems like beginning, both medication and vaccination are higher than feeding, but as you grow, you tend to reduce the medication and vaccination, and feed actually increases. So in the first week, we spent about 415 cedis on vaccinations. So let me give you a total idea of what we have spent so far. In the first week of running a poultry farm, 2,000 birds. 2,000 birds. This is not for 1,000, 3,000. This is for 2,000 birds. All this estimate that I'm giving to you. So if you're having 1,000 birds, then you need to divide all this cost into two. Right? If you have 500 birds, then you need to divide it into 4. Right? So do that calculation to fit what you're doing exactly. Okay, so let's look at the cost involved for running 2,000 birds for the first month if you order your chicks. So I'm sitting, I have called my agent, he says my chicks are arriving. The first month, what is the budget I'm supposed to have? If you're running the show like we are running ours, then you're budgeting for 6,935. 6,935 for your first 4 weeks, which is 1 month. If your second month, you're thinking about 7,990. 7,990, which is for your 8 weeks. So the 4 months plus this one. Okay, the third month, you're actually going to spend 10,237. As I said, this is not a final cost. This is not what everybody does, but this is what we are doing here at Semenshia Farm. And so far, so good. As you can see, our birds, they are very healthy. They are growing very fast. I've seen a lot of people come here and be like, wow, you know, are the birds already laying? They are not. They are feeding well. They are healthy. They are not dying. And that is why I'm sharing this information with you. If this didn't work, I would have told you that, guys, this thing that we did is not working, so don't follow it. It is working for us, but if it is too much for you, or if you have other alternative, then you can try it as well. But I'm sharing details of what is actually working for us. And so far, this course is giving our birds a healthy living and the nutrition that they need to lay. As you know, I'm going to share more information as they lay and everything that goes on. So I would like to take us a step back and assist our brothers who are outside the country, who probably doesn't know the city's currency in Ghana, right? So the first month, I said we spent about 6,935 cedis, which is $1,000, 238, right? So we are spending $1,000, 238 in the first month of raising 2,000 birds, right? In the second month, we spent 7,990, which is about $1,000, 416, right? $1,416. If the third month, we spent 10,237, which is $1,000, 828. So 1,828 US dollars. That is what we're looking. The cost of running 2,000 birds for 3 months, 12 weeks, is 25,162. 25,162 for 12 weeks, which is 4,493 US dollars. So this is just to give you an idea of what the cost analysis is for running your chick. And this actually includes our HR, transportation, and other general small petty expenses. But this is the cost of running 2,000 birds for the first 12 weeks. The total cost is 25,162, which is 4,493, right? This is the idea. This is what we are running our farm on. So guys, like, I know there's a lot of, we are hoping that they are going to start laying in 16 weeks. 16 weeks is not when we are going to be making any money, but we are going to start seeing 1 or 2 eggs from 16 weeks, and I'm going to take you guys through all this journey. But I know as you're looking at this cost, you're either saying to yourself, oh, this is cheap, I can go into poultry farm, or you're saying to yourself, wow, this is very capital intensive. Is this possible? Yes, it is possible. You don't need to start with 2,000 birds. As I said, I started with 300 birds and then moved to 800 birds before I went into 2,000 birds, right? So any amount that you have, you'll be able to start. But personally, and to be honest with you, I am doing all this analysis and asking myself, is poultry farming really profitable? I don't have the answers. People say yes it is, but I'm yet to see it, and I'm going to update you guys from now all the way till 2 years when our birds are finally disposed, and from their eggs to their meat and everything that involved and took us to get here, and be able to tell you, is poultry really profitable or not? Because I look at a cattle that was purchased last year and giving birth this year, and if I look at their price and the cost in running it and the cost here, we will see. But I'm glad I have both to do that analysis, and someday confidently and from fact be able to tell you if the poultry business is profitable or not. So stay tuned, because from this channel we will always be transparent and tell you what you need to know. Thank you very much, and if you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. And if you have, please go down there, write your comment about this video, and tell me why there isn't that much information and why people don't want to give us information when we need it to make a better decision and to be successful. Thank you very much for watching.